Furious Driving, proud to be supported by Diamond Bright, protecting, cleaning and caring for the Furious fleet and for yours, with 10% off using code FD10. Bidding Classics, the online classic car marketplace with more cars added every week. And Lancaster Insurance cover the Furious fleet. They are one of the biggest specialist insurers in the UK, covering all areas of vintage to modern classic cars and motorbikes. Follow the links in the description below.
Hello and welcome to Furious Driving, or Furious Biking today. Driving, and today for the first time I think ever on this channel, we're on two wheels. Yes, today is Furious Cycling, because unusually we're on a bike, which is, well, that's the first time for the channel. Now, for the last few months, we've been doing a bit more family cycling. My son got a really nice new mountain bike, then my wife got a really nice new mountain bike, and I was the only one without a nice new mountain bike, so we happened to go on family rides, but one of us was jogging alongside, which wasn't really working out too well. Now, the Kommoda is an electrical assist pedal cycle, which means you can ride it anywhere you want to without a license and without insurance and without tax. So basically it's very cheap, efficient transport, which is eco-friendly and green and all that kind of stuff as well, because basically you're using your own power with a bit of assistance of electricity. And that means that living here in the countryside, we've got lots and lots of beautiful rides we can go out on and just really enjoy the countryside. The River Medway's over there somewhere. It's quite a nice place to stop for a picnic. The idea behind an electrically assisted pedal cycle, unlike any kind of electrically powered device which will, well, just power you on its own without any assistance at all, it requires pedal assistance to keep it legal. And the idea with this, it's got a 1000 watt motor which is limited to 250 watts for legal reasons. As you start pedaling, it will kick in with assistance, making going up, well, this is a very steep hill, which I know my son is now behind me quite some way because he can't make it up here without the assistance. See him struggling behind me. He's looking unhappy right now. I've just gone up this hill, which is about 1 in 3, with no problem whatsoever. He's having to get off and push. I didn't even notice the hill with this thing. As I was saying, yes, 250 watt motor, which is limited down from 1000 watts, so lots and lots of torque, and it means that the engine, the motor, is completely unstressed when you're doing hard work, because it's not working at its outer limit, it's working at a quarter of its power, even at its fullest. You're right. There's a hill? I didn't notice.
Mechanically, it has hydraulic disc brakes front and rear and Shimano 7-speed derailleur on the back. The rear wheel mounted motor delivers 80 Newton meters of torque, and the 48 volt 14 amp hour lithium battery is IP65 rated weather sealed for all season riding, and is supplied by LG Samsung.
The power starts quite suddenly and quite easily, and then you are just off and easy. It makes getting out and about so simple, even up steep hills. This path is quite overgrown. To comply with the law, this will give you power assistance up to 15.5 miles an hour. You can still pedal faster if you're that fit, but that's when the power assistance will stop giving, well, assistance. I'll have to stop and wait for my son again because I've gone too fast. That's the problem I'm finding with this bike, is that I'm going to be going for family bike rides on my own and they're going to be away in the distance. This is very well spec'd. We've got Shimano 7-speed brakes on the rear. We've only got a single speed on that crank in the middle, but then the power of the battery and the motor mean you don't need those extra ratios in the centre. And we've got suspension at the front and the back as well. This thing is properly spec'd out for comfort riding.
The chunky step-through frame and slightly small 20-inch wheels are an odd mix of styles, an off-road urban chopper meets on-road mountain bike meets all-terrain commuter shopper, which means it's up for pretty much any adventure, and is easy to get on for smaller or older riders. Oh no, it's an SUV bike.
And with that big crank on the back, you can take it shopping quite happily. It's quite nice having a speedometer as well, so I can see how fast I'm going. Normally we go belting down these tracks, we get off at the end and go, that was exciting, I wonder how fast that was. And then you have no idea, but right now I'm doing 19 kilometers per hour, which is about 12 miles an hour, I guess. because it's a pedal assist bike, which means we're perfectly fine to go down bridleways, pathways, all the places you can take a regular bicycle, because there's no legal restrictions on it, up to, well, the 250 watt motor limit, as I mentioned earlier. The battery is removable, so you can take it out and charge it away from the bike itself if you want to.
Using the up-down buttons on the left-hand handlebar and seeing the readout on the screen, we've got several power assistance modes, starting with Eco, which doesn't use much power but then doesn't give too much assistance, all the way up to Power, which, well, it does what it says. It gives you an awful lot of assistance, and the thing absolutely flies when you're in that mode.
This is very comfortable. Those big, squishy wide tyres. I mean, we can pretty much go anywhere. We're going down a kind of dirt bridleway track thing through the woods now, which is lovely. The battery is pretty hefty as well. It's a monstrous thing. You can buy additional batteries from the website as well if you need to go further, but this has got a claimed range of around 50 miles. So from here, I live in the middle of Kent, I could get to the beach and back with a bit of pedal assistance quite happily. And viewers of Furious Driving, if you're interested in getting yourself your own Cyrusher Kommoda, then hit the link in the description below. So let's have a proper look around at the Cyrusher Kommoda. It is very, very sturdy indeed. It's a big aluminium framed thing with very nice welds. I know what a nice weld looks like because I've done so many bad ones recently. Starting from the front, we've got these huge, chunky tyres which will take you pretty much anywhere. They're comfortable on road, they're comfortable off road, lots of grip. Fantastic. Almost look like the thing's buoyant, so you can go over a lake. Do not try that. Got mud guards front and rear, so if it's bad weather, you're not going to ruin your clothes. If you're commuting on the thing, you're not going to turn up to work with a big brown streak up your back looking like you've had a terrible accident. We've got adjustable compression suspension on the front, which is fantastic. We've also got suspension in the middle as well. It's a big cantilever thing here, so lots and lots of comfort happening just there. We've got solid, chunky, adjustable handlebars with nice foam padding on the ends. Disc brakes, as I say, front and rear. We've got the 7-speed Shimano, and we've got a control system for our computer. The computer gives us a speed readout and a power readout, and there are a few other menu options inside there as well, which takes a little bit of time to learn. This is cycled through with the up-down buttons on the front and the power button on the bottom, which I have to admit, I didn't notice the power button. I had to go and ask them where that was. On the left handlebar, we've also got the on and off switch for the lights, front and rear, and the horn. Now, horn test. Beautiful. That sounds like an electrically assisted robot parp. Apparently these pedals will even fold for easy storage. The saddle is nice and soft. That's a complaint I've often had when I've ridden bikes before, is the saddles get very uncomfortable very fast. This doesn't. It's nice and comfy. And we've got this big sturdy saddle rack here. Apparently the bike can take 150 kilos. So that's like more than 2 of me all at one time. Brilliant. And around this side we've also got a very sturdy kickstand, so this thing will not fall over. There's no T-shelf up front, but that sturdy luggage rack on the back is big enough for a decent amount of supplies to refuel after a hard ride. The only problem with this bike, as far as I can tell, it is quite weighty. So if you need to lift it onto a bike rack for a car or something, that might need a bit of help from a friend. So big thank you to Cyrusher for sending this Kommoda over to play with. I'm loving riding around in this thing. I say the problem is though, everyone else is just completely outclassed with their regular bikes. It's really handy because local journeys are now really doable, whereas if I was just popping down to the shops to grab some tea bags or coffee or something, and I took a regular bike, I would turn up sweaty and knackered and it would take ages. This thing, I can pop there and back in no time at all. Whereas with this, because the electricity is doing a lot of the work, you sort of feel like you're doing exercise a bit. You are doing a little bit of effort. I'm flying in the mouth. You are doing some effort, but the bike is doing so much more that you can fly down to Tesco's or wherever, grab what you want, strap it on the thing on the back, and get back in no time. You've not used any petrol, which at the current prices is ridiculous, so you saved an awful lot of money. And you've done your bit for the environment by not taking a car out. And I have got enough cars to maybe think that's not a bad idea every now and then to not take a car out. This opens up so many opportunities to explore our beautiful county of Kent and discover new places. There is an offer for viewers of Furious Driving in the description below, as I say. Have a click of that. I'm enjoying this enormously. Maybe see you on the bike path somewhere. Take care and goodbye. Oh, like and subscribe, you know all that stuff.